Hi everyone, this is my video review of the LG G2. I wanted to do this because I want to start reviewing the phones that I get, and this will be my first shot out. So first, let's take a look at the external hardware. Here it is. This thing right here is a, oops, I turned the screen on. This is a 5.2 inch 1080p screen. I've got the white model because I didn't have black when I looked for it. So as you can see, it's a nice sized device. I have somewhat big hands, but not, I don't know, just long fingers, but otherwise not too big. Although the iPad Air camera magnifies everything, so yeah. Anyhow, let's turn it on and see what it looks like. I guess before we turn it on, you can see the usual stuff. There's the speaker grill, the sensor bar, the front-facing camera. I don't know how many megapixels it is. LG logo down there, and aside from that, there's just really not a lot happening on the front. Nothing happening on the sides for buttons. You've got your speaker grill down here and your microphone over there. It might be reversed, I don't know. I'm looking at it through the camera. And your headphones jack right there. On the back, this is a different design choice that LG decided to go for, putting the volume controls and the power button on the back. And their logic behind it was that phones are getting bigger and bigger, and so people are finding it more and more difficult to find the buttons on them, so they figured to put it on the back. I've heard some review sites complaining about that, but I'd like to say personally I think it's a great decision, because I find that I usually hold my phone like this. I've seen a lot of people hold their phones like that, and incidentally I find myself fingering the button back here, so it just turns out to be, just what I need to be able to turn the device on and off. But if that's too awkward for people, you can always double tap the screen to get it to turn on, and double tap the screen to get it to turn off. So it's really not that bad. And now, for the password, let's get into the phone. As you can see on the front here, the display is really nice. It's extremely clear. The color reproduction is great. It doesn't pop as much as a Samsung device, but some people don't like the oversaturation that Samsung devices have. Personally, I like saturated and I like clear. I don't like undersaturated. But I find this is a great balance between the poppiness of Samsung and then the good color reproduction of, say, an HTC One, which I used shortly before this. On the side of that, let's quickly go to the phone specs here. You can see, right, where is it? Let's turn it sideways so you can get double the stuff on there. It shows that the chipset is a Snapdragon 800 processor, 2.3 gigahertz quad core. It is lightning fast. It's extremely fast, and it's got a healthy serving 2 gigabytes of RAM. Not as much as the Note 3 with its 3 gigabytes of RAM, but I haven't noticed anything that's screamed give me more RAM on the Android platform. Physically, it tells you the dimensions up there. I don't need to state them. You can read. I can read. It's not a very heavy phone. It feels good. Feels nice in the hand. It's kind of curved in the back, so it fits nicely. The IPS display is really good. 5.2 inches. You can see that there. 1080p, Gorilla Glass, blah, 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 blah. The battery is 3,000 milliamps, and I find that to be pretty good in getting me through the day. I can go about a day and a half, 2 days with regular use, or if I play a game here and there, I usually like to play 3D games. It will probably make it so that I need to charge it at the end of the night, maybe 12 in the morning of the next night. So it's not too bad. These are just the scores. I ran it through a 3D device testing, and it went pretty well. It looks great and nice and smooth, and I won't do that because I want to show you a game. One of my biggest complaints about these companies that review things like that is they don't do a good game review to show you what it's actually like running a game or running games on this thing. They say that its performance is good, they show you a benchmark, but they just don't get into anything. So here I'm showing you Dungeon Defenders. So turn the volume down that. Showing you Dungeon Defenders on here. I use this program or this game as a benchmark for all my phones because I've had it on so many devices. I bought this on the Humble Bundle a long time ago, and for the record, I love Humble Bundle. They just do such a great job of offering some great games. Okay, so here's the game. It's running on the Unreal 3 or Unreal 3 engine or something like that. As you can see, it runs very nicely. In actual fact, according to my iPad screen, it looks like a little stuttery, but that's actually the FPS of the iPad camera, not the phone itself. The phone is buttery smooth, and it's a shame that you can't see that. But getting into it here, let's just you know, get a little bit of enemies. Oops, get a little bit of enemies on the screen here. Sorry for the humming. I smoke, and so it makes me do that. Alright, so here you can see the internal environment. Everything looks really good. It's running at 1080p as far as I know, unless these buttons are taking up some of the resolution. But let's go down here and let's start around, make the monsters come. This game is a cross between tower defense and adventure and RPG. It's a pretty cool game. So as you can see, everything's running nice and smooth. How loud can the phone go? Not bad. Not the best I've ever seen, but not bad. Uh-oh, I don't want to die, even though it doesn't matter right now. I am victorious. Alright, so we can see that game runs nice and smoothly. Let's just close that down. I'm going to run another graphics intensive game called Epoch, I think. And so for that I'm going to close everything down. Not sure how it'll run. Where is it? Maybe I don't have it on here yet. Nope. Okay. No worries. Then I will run this one right here. Sortigo. This is a cute little game. As you can see, when I open up the applications, it opens fast. Everything is really quick, so there's no concern about speed on this device whatsoever. For day-to-day use, it's really good. Everything's instant, or almost. So this is Sortigo. And you can see it runs quite nicely. And this game here is kind of like a cross between Zelda and side-scroller. Yes. Looks good, runs well, everything's cool. Yep. So that's that game right there. So that pretty much showcases what the performance is like. You can see that everything is very quick on here. Oops, I don't want to do the same thing. Whatever you open, just touch it and it opens. There's pretty much no delay between what you click on and what happens on the screen. Everything loads very nice and quick. And it has like I said before, a nice healthy serving of RAM, so you don't constantly feel like you need to close things down in order to improve performance or anything like that. This takes a little while. It's loading a video project, but I used something similar to this on another device, I think the Nexus 4 or something like that, and it was a heck of a lot slower. It took a very long time. There we go. Alright, and then the last question you might be having about this is the camera. So as we saw before, the camera is a 1.3 gigahertz, 13 megapixel camera. It looks very good. It's got great color reproduction, very great focus, catches a lot of detail. And I should show you a sample. I actually was looking at this one and the the Note 3, because they're very similarly spec'd. I was looking at the international version. I'm here in China, so it's all international. And the thing that pushed me towards this phone about the camera was the fact that although they're both 13 megapixel cameras, I noticed that the display on the Note 3 was a warm display, so everything kind of had a yellowish tinge to it. The color reproduction on this camera is a lot closer, at least the screen, as far as I know. But the other thing that I was looking at was when I took a picture of my lighter here, yes, it's a lighter, and I zoomed in on it, I always like to see how much detail gets captured. With the Note 3, you couldn't see any of the lines that are happening right here, which is, I mean, it's a nitpicky detail, but it's still something that that clarity is there. And to give you some perspective, here's the lighter, and you know, with the iPad camera, I'm trying to get a view of it, but it just can't catch that. It just can't do it. But on this, you can see it gets right in there for the detail and does some great reproduction. So that's the camera. That's the video review so far. If you have any questions or comments, of course, leave them in the comment section below, and I will try to put some links to, for example, Humble Bundle or whatever on there. But aside from that, I hope you enjoyed my video review, and if I've left anything out, by all means, just leave that in the comment section below. Thanks a lot, and take it easy.